Okay. So I feel like that says it's a final destruction of an energy between you and this other person. However, after the Tower comes the rebuild. So I don't want to say that this is immediately like, oh, it's completely done, it's not happening. But again, the Tower is a disintegration of something. It's complete destruction all the way down to the foundation. And then you have to rebuild from the foundation. So I feel like a lot of you have accepted that energy that you're not together, have accepted the energy that maybe it's completely over. And some of you are going to say, hey, you know what, Dark Dove, it's completely over. They've already found somebody. I've already found somebody. I'm just double checking here to see if that's, you know, the actual story here. But again, this is about a betrayal. And some of you still have that, you know, you can't let go, or you can't let that person back in. You're not at the point of feeling like, you have the ability to forgive and forget, right? Because whatever happened, the destruction that happened is so precise. It's still hitting that gut feeling where you're just like, you know, like, screw you. Like, I'm not about to start anything. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't step in my direction. Like, back off. It's very much a defensive mode. The only thing about the Tower, though, is when the Tower comes and it crashes, it wipes everything out. And there is the ability to build a new foundation, whether it's with somebody new or with this person. All right. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month. And you have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about passion, energy, enthusiasm. I find this very heartwarming and very pleasing, Taurus, for coming into the month, into November with this Tower moment. Because again, your theme is there are things that you're still not going to be over, things that you're still going to be upset about, or things that are still hurting. But the Ace of Wands is like, you've all of a sudden awoken. Like, there's still a passion here, whether it's for this person or not. Some people are going to be like, oh, fuck no. Like, I want nothing to do with them. And other people are going to be like, well, I'm finally past the anger stage, or I'm finally getting past the devastation. Like, I know the destruction was there. I know what happened, but I'm feeling a passion for life. I don't necessarily feel like this is geared towards this person. I feel like the Ace of Wands is just in general. Like, maybe you realized, you know, I still want to have kids or a family or adopt fur babies or find the love of my life, or, you know, find somebody to marry, or whatever it is for you. And the Ace of Wands is like a revoked passion, a new caring, just in general. Like, some of you have been cut off. You know that feeling when things are numb and you're just kind of like, I don't give a crap. And you have a hard time even expending any energy towards anybody, even yourself. The Ace of Wands is saying you're waking up from that. Even though here in the US, it's, you know, becoming darker earlier and winter's coming. I feel like, even with that, there is some sort of light that is starting to exude from you again. Okay, the next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. Yeah, I mean, this is key, especially with the holidays coming up and whatnot. The Three of Cups is about celebration. It's about getting out there, meeting new people, finding, you know, things to do. Get out to parties, meet up groups, just have fun. No cross watchers. Don't freak out. This doesn't mean Taurus is out there, you know, hooking up. And if they are, none of your business, because you guys aren't together, right? So to each his own. Maybe that's what, you know, Taurus needs right now is nice, I don't even know how to say it without sounding like vulgar, but you get my drift. But the Three of Cups, again, is about celebration, friendships, getting together. I feel like this is you maybe relying on friends more, or leaning towards friends more. Maybe you're getting out more. Before, again, I think you were just kind of cut off. This passion is now coming back through. And it may be little, you may be like, look, right now, Dark Dove, I am like on the couch with a container of ice cream. I'm binge watching everything I can. And that's fine if that's where you need to be. Time is relevant, right? But this is coming. I feel this moment where you're like, screw this. I haven't been out in like 3 years. I used to get out and bowl, or I used to get out and, you know, mini golf, or whatever it is. And I feel like you're going to feel this awakening here coming soon, Taurus. The next card you have is your distant past. Could be over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout childhood. You have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is defeat. It's dishonor, and it's a fear of victory. Okay. This is thinking something's going to go one way and it's not. Now, for some of you, it's with this person. There has been a cycle of every time you guys get back together, oh, but we're actually going to move in this time, or we're actually going to take the next step and get married, or we're actually, whatever it is for you. It doesn't have to be the white picket fence, a family, and a dog. It can be, you know, polyamorous, or whatever your idea is. It could be traveling the globe, living off of the land. You get my drift. But the Five of Swords is telling me that you guys have started this before, and there's always been the momentum originally, like, hey, we're going to get there. And then it's a Pyrrhic victory. It never happens. It's a defeat. And I feel like the dishonor weighs very heavy here. A lot of times I feel like the Pyrrhic victory is the part that weighs the heaviest with the Five of Swords, because again, it feels like, oh, here we go again. It started out great, and then it came to a crapshoot, and we're doing it all over again. Here, though, I feel like it's this dishonor. I feel like there's a third party situation, or maybe you found out this person was married, or, you found out this person had, for some reason, they're like saying cocaine or substance abuse or something. There's something going on here that was behind the scenes that you found out. And like, then they said it was over, or it's not happening, or whatever. And then you find like a text in their phone, or, you overhear a phone conversation. There's just something here, Taurus, that says it's not done. It's not done. I just don't know that you're willing to give this another chance. Now, this could be the distant past. This could be, for a lot of times when I see this in the distant past, it is more of like, I watched my mom or my dad go through a similar situation where somebody cheated or lied or stole from the family, or, hurt us all, blindsided us, basically. And so a lot of times that carries into your relationships currently. A lot of times that says, Taurus, be on red alert. There's abandonment issues here, or trust issues, because of things you've witnessed as a child. So just be careful with that. We've all been through it. I've had abandonment issues a long time ago, learned that I would, leave a relationship before they could leave me just because of those issues. So just be cognizant of when it's actually something to be weary of this person, or whether it's something that maybe you help create because of past experiences. The next card you have is your immediate past. So over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the King of Cups. All right. King of Cups, very calm counselor. Some of you may be going to counseling, therapy. Maybe you talked about doing couples counseling. But the other side of the King of Cups, though, can be manipulation. And I feel like this is very strong, Taurus, with you guys and this other person, because I feel like this person is a master manipulator, or they have been. And you finally like woken up and went, what the fuck am I doing? Like, hello, like loud and clear. And I feel like that's kind of the Tower. Like, what they've done. You've been through the rigmarole with this person, but it's almost like this Tower came in because it was a light bulb in your head. Like, you went, wait a minute, you've been doing this for years. Nothing's going to change. Every time you say you're going to change, or every time you say it's going to be different, it's never different. And so I feel like the past few weeks or past month or two, if they've tried to communicate with you, even if they haven't, if they're about to, because especially if it's like a twin flame or that connection where you can feel each other, I feel like your gut is saying, oh, the minute he or she contacts me, I know it's going to be a story. I don't know what to think anymore because I can't believe anything they say. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Nine of Pentacles, abundance, satisfaction, feeling good. Although I find this card interesting because every time I see that, I feel like the heart is on lockdown. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles is an earth sign card and usually represents, a lot of earth sign cards usually represent money, finances, work. And I kind of feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, this is saying you'll have abundance, satisfaction, accomplishment, success. I feel like this is going to be more of a work type balance for you. And you're a Taurus, which is an earth sign card. So this makes sense, bearing your head kind of in the work energy and not allowing love to, like, here's the heart right here. Well, it's not really heart, but for some reason it reminds me of a heart, but it's more of like chained down. And I feel like that's kind of how you are. Like, I'm under lock and key right now because I've been hurt and I'm not interested in anybody, let alone the crackerjack that I was with before. So I just feel like the next month or two, love is not your main focus. Staying awake and keeping aware of the passion and the energy in your life for yourself, your kids, your family, your friends. That is what I think is going to take center stage right now. The next card you have is your immediate future. Over the next 2 weeks throughout the month of November, and you have the Five of Pentacles. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Another earth sign card. The Five of Pentacles is about loss. It's about devastation. It's about feeling, and again, kind of going with the Tower moment, like, you're over it. And I think you're going to start thriving on your own and taking care of yourself. And other responsibilities and not really giving a shit about this person. Because again, this is a loss, a feeling of poverty, but I don't feel like this is overwhelming. I don't feel like, you know what I feel like this is, Taurus? I feel like this is every time they freaking text you, or every time they try and call you, or every time so-and-so says, oh my gosh, he or she's just asking how you are and they can't live it. Like, are we begging here? Are they begging all of a sudden, Taurus? I mean, is this person going, oh my God, they finally caught on to my game. They finally figured out that I'm full of crap and that nothing's changing. Cross watchers, it can be reversed. Don't freak out. But like literally the Five of Pentacles is somebody, and it's also somebody who's watching or paying attention to your social media, a little stalkery, nothing scary, but just somebody who wants to find out what you're up to. And I think you're being very closed off. Again, very alive when it comes to you and people around you. And like I said, this is going to happen over time. It's not like you're going to wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, roses and Skittles and, you know, leprechauns pooping coins. Like it's going to be gradual, I think, but there's just going to be this moment. Ooh, and they just gave me the chills. That was wild. They just gave me the chills. And then I took this, like, I don't know, weird deep breath thing. And I feel like some of you literally are going to have this like Ace of Wands moment where it is going to be kind of like you wake up one day and you're like, gosh, how long has those dirty blinds been closed? Like, let's get some air in here. I don't know. It's strange. It is going to be for some of you, like, if it hasn't happened already, it's happening little by little each day. Again, with the Five of Coins, nothing scary here, but they are trying to figure out what you're up to. I feel like you've kind of put a kibosh on any of it, whether you're not talking to them, they're not talking to you. I feel like you're really the one who's just like, I'm done here. I'm not interested. And fives could be a theme for you for some reason as well. All right. The next card you have is anything that's going to happen tangible throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. Could last for a day, a week. And you have Judgment. Judgment is what it says. Judgment is judging a situation, but it's also meditating and looking back, figuring out where you played a role in this. And then also, you know, how long did I let this go on? And I'm not placing blame on you, Taurus, by any means, but we all have a responsibility in a relationship. You know, I say it a lot, and I've been saying it a lot lately. And last month, somebody pointed out that I said it in like 3 videos, but for whatever reason, it seems to be resonating with a lot of people's situations. It's that, you know, first time shame on you, second time shame on me. We allow people to overextend themselves and overstay their welcome in our lives way too often because we're scared of being alone. We're scared of saying no. There's codependency issues. Will I ever meet anybody? I don't want to have to go through this with somebody else all over again for a number of reasons. Sometimes I had a friend who called me out on my bullshit a long time ago. And she said to me, you know, hey, she was like, I was going back to this person for, you know, the 3rd time or whatever. She looked at me and said, oh, taking the easy way out, huh, chicken? And I looked at her like, excuse me? Fuck you. Like, what? She goes, well, it's easier for you to keep going back to something you already know. It's harder to just finally cut the cord and say I'm done and to find something else. Because there are those fears of, will I find somebody else? Will I meet any? And like, she completely called me out. And I realized she was right. It wasn't because I was madly in love with this person anymore. It's because I was so used to that scenario that it became a commonality, that it became a routine almost. Break up, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up, instead of actually finding somebody with longevity and something good. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end. Again, last for a day. Hope this lasts the whole month. You have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a belief. It is a pleasure. It is a bliss. Okay, this is how you're going to be feeling. You may be dealing with crap, okay? You may be experiencing certain things, like this person won't leave you alone, or, you know, they're constantly on your mind because you guys have that connection and they just won't let it go. And you're at the point where you're like, I can get past it, but for whatever reason, your energy keeps flowing towards me and it's making me crazy. The Nine of Cups, though, I think you will have reprieve. You will have some sort of, you know, where it's like, no, your energy's not going to suck me in anymore. I'm good. Like, I don't. So just keep this feeling. Yes, you may look back. You may, you know, reminisce a little bit, wonder what happened, but like, understand the Tower happened and you're moving on to better places right now. I don't feel like it's going to be with this person right now. I'm not saying there's not a chance, but I feel like you need this type of energy and this type of energy in your own life before you could even think about getting back with this person. The next part you have are your hopes or fears to the outcome. Yeah, so your hope is that you can stick to your guns. This person has a very strong connection with you. You've buckled before, you've folded before, because maybe they've told you everything they wanted you they thought that you wanted here. Again, that fear of victory, because the King of Wands is somebody who's full of morals and very magnetic, and people are drawn to this person. It's very hard to say no. And you're hoping that you can stand the moral high ground. Like, your vibration's up here, theirs is down here because of some of the scummy things that they've done. And you're just hoping you can hold your vibration here and not get sucked back into the manipulation.